Hey everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 12 books that I want to read in 2018. So this video is mostly about the books that I want to read in 2018, like make them my top priority to read during a year. I have so many books on my TBR, but I narrowed it down to 12 because of 12 months in a year, so I thought that would make sense, so let's get started. The first book that I picked out is The Forgetting by Sarah Cameron, and this book's about how people forget their memories, but one girl does. That grabbed my attention because not only because the cover is gorgeous, is because the story grabbed my interest, and I want to get to this in 2018, and plus the second book or spin-off just came out, so I want to read it because of that. The next book I'm picking is By Your Side by Casey West. This book's about a girl who gets locked up in a library for the weekend along with a boy. I just thought it would be a cute contemporary since it takes place in the library, and I would be like, if I was in this situation, I would definitely locked up in a good-looking guy, but most likely with my boyfriend, so I definitely would like to read this during 2018. The next book's actually because I want to finish the series, which is the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I actually read The Magician's Nephew and The Lion, the Witch, and a Wardrobe for a class, but I want to reread those so I can read the rest of the series, like The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. I want to read the rest of the Chronicles of Narnia series since, I've been a fan of Chronicles of Narnia since the movies came out, so I actually want to read the rest of the books since I've read the first two books for a class 2 years ago, I believe, and I definitely want to reread them again because I want to know what happens in the other books. The book is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. This is a retelling of Sherlock Holmes about his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter and having her own mysteries. I've been interested in reading Sherlock Holmes or reading a Sherlock Holmes kind of story since I love the show Sherlock, and I definitely want to pick this one up because, like I said, I want to read Sherlock Holmes or something that's like Sherlock's Holmes because plus I enjoy mysteries, so I thought this would be a perfect read for 2018. The next book is Long May She Reign by Renee Thomas. This book's about this girl who is the 23rd line for the throne, and she wasn't meant to be queen until her family before her got poisoned, and then she tries to figure out how or why they got poisoned. And I've heard it's a low fantasy, and some people didn't like it. I definitely want to read this book because, the cover is gorgeous, and I explained this in my top 10 favorite book covers, and I'll link that link down below. And this book added to the list because of how gorgeous it is, and it's a fantasy standalone, and it doesn't usually happen often, so I definitely would want to read this in 2018. The next book is Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kramer, and this book's about this girl who lost her mom passed away, and she wrote letters to her, and then a boy ended up replying to her letters, and I've heard it's a contemporary, but I got interested again because of the cover, but I definitely want to read it because I thought it would be a good contemporary, especially when it's about a character going through loss of a family member, and I've been through that. I didn't lose a mom, but I've know what it's like to lose a family member and want to write letters to him, and I just thought this would be a good read. The next book is probably going to be surprising to you, which is Doctor Who Legends of River's Song. I don't know who the author is, but I love River's Song on Doctor Who. She's been one of my favorite companions since she was introduced, because she's mysterious and nobody knows who she is or where she came from, but I definitely want to reread. I want to read this since I've read another Doctor Who book, which is Doctor Who Time Lord Fairy Tales. I definitely would recommend that. And I definitely want to read about River Song just because I wanted to read this since I saw this at Barnes & Noble, and I definitely think it's a good read for the next year since the new Doctor was introduced. The next book is Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. It's about this girl who bought a lottery ticket for her guy friend and he ends up winning the lottery. I just thought it was interesting because I never read a book before where someone gave their friend a lottery ticket and then they end up winning, but this cover is also pretty. Like, I know a lot of covers are pretty in this video, but I definitely would want to read this because I just thought it would be, sounds like a good story to me. The next book is The First Life by Gina Showalter. This book's about a girl who has to choose which path she wants to live in after she dies. It's actually a series. I have the second book. I'm just too lazy to bring it down. And the third book's coming out next year. I just thought this might get me more hyped up to read this series because not only, like, again, I grabbed my interest because of the cover, plus it's interesting they used a hourglass, but I definitely want to read this since the last book of a trilogy is coming out next year. The next book is Hunted by Megan Spooner. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I have not got to this book this year. It's been in a few of my TBRs. I just have not been in the mood for it for some reason, but I definitely will put this on top of my TBR for January because there's an audiobook and I definitely would like to listen to it on audiobook if I don't have time to read it physically. And the last book that I'm for my top books for 2018 is Daughters of a Pyre Game by Tricia Levis-Zeller. This is about this girl who's a daughter of a pirate king, obviously, and then she lets herself get captured by enemy pirates. I've heard so many good things about it, and someone said I should definitely read it, and it's a good book, so I'm also going to be playing in my January TBR, so I definitely would get to this, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. So that is all for my top 12 books for me to read in 2018. I really hope I get to them for the new year because they're definitely on top of my list so I can get to them. And if you enjoyed this video, give this a thumbs up and comment down below which of these books should be on top of my TBR because I'm creating my TBR for January. So let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more of my videos, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Lost Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on Lost Reader 19. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!